Shine bright like a diamond. Find light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be.
It's Lisa, the Feel Healer. So yeah, I made it back from Vegas, and definitely want to start off the video by saying Happy New Year, guys. Okay, so obviously, wow, I've been watching YouTube too long. I would like to talk about a couple of things that are just going to free float off my mind. One, changes that are approaching every individual, including you, including me, including her, including him, including you. They're coming rapidly to the individual, to self, to you. And adjusting to those changes and being welcoming to the changes and being aware to what's coming to you for you to be understanding of. So, for instance, if you're that person who was in situation A and you didn't like situation A and you didn't like situation A and you did not like situation A, you're either praying for situation A to change, or you know you're going to make situation A change. So if your prayer gets answered, or you make action to answer your own situational change, that change or that prayer or whatever scenario comes up has to be implemented and changed. So let's get a little bit more detailed. So scenario A. So say you're in the bubble. Scenario A. You don't like your job. So you're either praying for an opportunity somewhere, or two, you're making action to find a new job. So when you're in that bubble, you don't think that that's going to change. So situation A could be that example. It could be, I'm really fat and I can't stand how I look, but I'm not going to tell anybody, and I don't know where to start. And you can either pray for it to be changed, ask for it to be changed, or somebody can come into your life and say, hey, let's do this, this, and this. Or you can make action to choose to do something different. If you're in a situation C. So if you're having issues with your spirituality, you have a lot of questions that have come up, you don't know how to move forward, you either can A, pray for help, guidance, etc., or you can take action and step outside your box and look for whatever. Look for people, look for whatever you're looking for. So the point I'm trying to make is with scenario A, B, and C, from prayer or from doing or from action plan, it requires you to be at a different level of accepting, to be at a different level of open-mindedness to what's going on. The person who is praying for change at that traumatic level, they're not going to be acting the same as if the prayer is answered or the person or something has changed with that. It requires you to change, go with the flow, and embrace what's happening. And that's something I can say I'm really annoyed at, because my weight loss, this is the third year of it. I've estimated about 60 to 80 pounds per year. Right now I'm at 170 pounds of weight loss. I still have about 50 more to get to 150 pounds. And once I get there, then I don't even know. This is a tidbit of a snippet of a thought, but I don't know if I'll stop, but that's just where my goal's at now. So going back to the subject. So changing so much within those 3 years of dynamically, physically, emotionally. The biggest thing was physical weight loss. Physical weight loss, to me, I've had to change everything. Like how I speak, how I look, my posture. I mean, everything changes. I mean, when you're really big, just really big, and you're changing, there's so many adaptations that my body has had to go through, like how much I've had to adapt to just change of physical, and that change of physical has helped me to understand the physical plane. meaning anything that's physical. Earrings are physical. Necklaces are physical. My face is physical. You are physical. Like, this has to do with the physical plane. So that's why I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the physical plane, because I was way out here and I've gotten to this point of being at this level. So with that being said, we're still talking about physical changes to your physical plane or your physical existence. So if you are scenario A and you can't stand your job, and you get a job that you can stand and you love it, and you're in your dream state, meaning, oh my God, I've always wanted to be a teacher, a lawyer, a A&R, a stylist, a blah blah blah, whatever you want to be. Say you get those dream jobs, the dream job that you wanted, then what next? Are you going to be bitching and complaining and pissy faced and are you going to be mad? No, there's attunements that come with the prayer that you asked for, the action plan that you went for, the goal that was attained. There's something that you have to attune yourself to. So I'm bringing this up because I've noticed within the last couple days that some people are having a problem or having diaper rash or having resistance to the changes that come with what they asked for. And if you don't go with the flow and become vulnerable and become expressive to your prayer, if it's in a person form, I just wanted to make a video on the fact that when you're changing, there's a new type of attunement to move forward with adapting to what's changed. So, goodness, like the earth has clearly shifted. There's these big clouds now, and the clouds seem lower, and even the moon and the sun has like a bigger pull to it. We are affected by, we the earthlings on planet are affected by what's going on in the planetary pull. So we're automatically able to understand, oh, those clouds look different. Even if you don't have an answer or you don't understand what's going on, you still have the sight to see that there's something different going on. So making aware of all of this is just to make aware of ourselves and to adapt to the changes, because they're not going to stop. They're going to continue to go. And, that's where this internal flow starts to kick in, meaning it gets you to a guidance point of guiding you where you need to go. And when you get there, there's attunements that have to be made, and there are some adjustments that have to be made. There are realizations that have to be realized. There's an understanding to move forward. It's not just, oh, change, everything's good, what. It's not easy like that at all. It's a journey through yourself, to know yourself, and to embrace people, embrace your situation, embrace the new comings that are coming forward for everybody's journey. So recapping is just to make aware of yourself and the changes that are going on. Ask yourself, did I ask for any of this? And more than likely it's going to be yes. So you can start putting 2 and 2 together, 4 and 4 together, 8 and 8 together. Oh wow, my life is in progression. Oh wow, I'm actually happy. Oh wow, I'm really feeling joy. And oh wow, I don't feel like complaining anymore because there's nothing to complain about. Oh wow, I really like the changes that are adapting into me. Those are the questions you want to stay with, because there's an attunement to being happy. There's an attunement to change. There's an attunement to feeling. So that's what I have to say. And going back onto what I was talking about with my weight loss, I went from big plump and shifting and dropping weight. And the more I dropped, the more I started to realize, like, I was really big before. Like, at the 170 weight loss mark, I remember, like, right before Thanksgiving, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I was really, like, big. And he was just like, looking at me, and I'm like, because everybody saw where I was at. Like, you either remember or you don't. But the point is, like, these are realizations that I've had to realize. Like, I was really big and didn't even know how big I was. And even now, like adjusting to like my face and like fashion, like, you know, being a bigger chick before that, who's always been creative. I've always been creative. I've always been a color whore. I love color. I've always like, you know, love the things that I love now, but you know, it's just different now because like I feel better. I can, you know, I can feel better. I can move better. I mean, there's, you know, there's just things that I do, like being in the gym today. Excuse me, I was on the treadmill and I'm like running or whatever. I'm like, running. And then I'm like, bitch, you up here running. You over here getting it, like, for real. Stuff like that. You definitely have to be your own cheerleader, guys, because if not, if you keep putting your, like, all into somebody else, you're going to keep getting your what? Feelings hurt. And feelings need to get in control. You need to get your feelings in check. Like, you don't need to give your feelings away to somebody else for how you should feel. That's another video. So, anywho, any other circumstances that I might have went through? I mean, there's so many, like, fashion, totally. Big girl to small girl. Like, as a big girl that likes clothes, you only get a selection of so many. Unless you're, like, mega billionaire and you have a tailor and you have, like, a seamstress and you have somebody that's, like, all in the fashion that can customize your clothes. But even at that level, like, it still comes to a point where your body's not meant to be that big. Your body's not meant to have that much excess fat on it. I'm not healthy. I can't run. Things like that. So, like, you know, even if you're big and you don't want to change, that's all to the G. It's all good. But, like, it's just about being conscious about your awareness of yourself and just taking a walk. Like, we in America, we don't have things built in to where we exercise every day. So it's about making sure you implement these things for yourself so you can be at your full peak potential. Get into now that people can actually see me. So, you know, when you're really big, like, people do see that fat, even if you don't see it. But the thing about it is, even at my biggest, and I didn't know I was big, like, how do I reach that person? How do I reach the person that doesn't know they're that size? Because, in a nice way, of course, because I would want to have been integrated or somebody to teach me to understand my buoyancy. Because now that I work out, now that I've dropped weight, now that I'm like, oh God, like, you know, my size and all this other stuff, I'm very aware of just my weight loss in general, like just my body.
That's how we ball out. That's how we ball out. That's how we ball out.